Frock the Fortnight, Frock the Fortnight, Frock the Fortnight. It's a bit like Mark the Week.
Trademark.
Hello, loves. It feels like it's been about 4 or 5 months. Because it has.
Yeah.
Hiya, I'm Gemini.
I'm a daughter miasma.
And together we are the
fabulous.
Oh, let's have that.
Yeah.
The fabulous vegan queens. Oh, now, first of all, we've got some splaining to do. Because for those of you that might be seeing us for the first time, way back when, we did a show on YouTube called Frock the Fortnight.
It were a bit like Mock the Week, weren't it?
It were a bit like Mock the Week, trademark. And it was quite popular, you know, sharing our political opinions and news of the world and stuff. Anyway, then, as you all know, Schmarona Schmaras came along. So then we couldn't see each other, we couldn't sit side by side like this at the table, and there's a good chance this is going to stop quite soon. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So, then we kept the same format, but because we were kind of filming separately, it became Ladies of Lockdown.
Lol.
And then, when all the lockdowns eased a bit, we started doing Frock the Fortnight again. However, life throws funny curveballs at you sometimes.
It do.
You see the thing, oh.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'll just stick on it instead of pound.
Oh. Well, that's good. That's
Found.
good, isn't it? We're all about openness and honesty on this channel.
And that's why we don't do RuPaul's Drag Race. Anyway, I digress. So, we started doing Frock the Fortnight again, and then the fabulous people at $1 Million Vegan got in touch with us and said, hey, we'd like you to come down to London, Perrier, and do some filming with us. Tell us about your vegan journey and do some of the, what do they call it?
Oh, dispelling myths about veganism.
Yeah.
Well, we were up the moon, weren't we?
Oh, up the moon.
We'd only been as far as Eastbourne.
So, we goes to London. We gets there, staying in the Euston Hilton.
Yeah.
So not far from Euston. Henry Road. Gets there. Took a little bit to check in, got it all sorted, got to the room. Cow's milk. Very specifically said, booking for 2 vegans.
Yeah. Cow's
milk in the room, so I put it all in the bin. Sorry. I'm not even reusing that. I asked if there's any soya milk. No, they said. But there'll be some in the morning for you for breakfast.
We had to go to the shop, didn't we, so we could have a brew.
2 women
alone
of our calibre,
walking
down a London road when we've come from Oldham and Rochdale. Walking down a London road.
A London road.
In us heels.
In a skirt like this.
So tight, so small, so short.
But enough of Pretty Patel.
Both of us. Anyway, long story short, it was alright. We slept well.
Yeah, we did.
We got up the next morning, did ourselves looking absolutely fabulous. Had a beautiful breakfast, actually.
Yeah, it was good.
We were, although, I mean, come on, this is a Hilton in London. I know it's the Euston Hilton, but it's still a Hilton. And I had to ask for mushrooms, not fried in butter. I saw the tomatoes and the beans. I was like, no, I'm safe there.
Yeah.
I asked about them. What are the tomatoes fried in? Oil, salt and pepper, marvellous.
Fine.
What are the mushrooms fried in? Butter, salt and pepper.
Why?
I said, I'm a vegan, and it's one of the only things I can have the mushrooms.
Yeah.
So the fella says, only because you've got nice taste, Gemini.
Yeah.
I said, that's a bit rude. But true.
But yeah.
Would you like me to ask the kitchen to prepare some for you with just oil and salt and pepper? So they did.
They did.
And anyway, we get to the studio. We meet Joey Carbstrong.
Joey Carbstrong with her.
Oh, he was lovely. He's
strong and carby.
He's ever so little. Oh, he's little.
Tiny.
I don't know whether it's because I had my heels on and my hair was big. But
and we were in Hackney. It's famously uneven.
Yeah. So you know, what a lovely lads.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Nice.
So he'd done some filming before us.
That's right. Yeah.
And then we did. I'm catching you up on all this because it's going to be a long one. Get a brew.
Yeah. Have a bourbon.
So we finished there, and then it was all expenses paid, you know, but we weren't paid.
Yeah.
You know. So we're in the taxi on the way back to Euston.
Yeah.
To get the train back to Manchester.
Yes.
She's gazing out the window. Well, we're both gazing out the window.
Like
And you take over this part.
Oh, it was lovely. Well, shall I?
Yeah.
We went through a lovely area, and I'll tell you for what, viewers at home, it was just beautiful. Every 6 foot, maybe I'm exaggerating now, I'm not good on maths, that's why I do this. Somebody of speaking a different language, of a different cultural
Ethnicity,
background or ethnicity.
Yeah.
A rich tapestry of life. I hope that doesn't sound patronising, but up and down the street, and everybody just there together.
Yeah.
And it really moved me.
Well, we don't see that kind of mix up here north.
No.
We have large Asian communities and very white communities. And spattered in amongst that are some black people.
Yeah.
And some Chinese or Japanese or, you know.
Concentrations of the Jewish
it seemed
community,
so
yeah.
evenly mixed in
Yeah, it
Stepping
did.
Hill.
Yeah.
And so we were driving through and she says, quite emotional really, she says, this is the world I want to live in. This.
Yeah.
So I was like, thanks Miasma, I've got eyeliner on.
Yeah. In an Uber, no less.
Thanks for that. So, got a mask on, obviously. Because stupidly, I know really, I must be a right nut, mustn't I? I've still been wearing mine.
I know, what am I like?
Every time I've gone to Spa, every time I've gone on a bus, I haven't thought, oh, it must be so. Anyway.
You with your reckless care for other people.
I digress. So she says that makes me all emotional.
I'm here.
We're both having an emotional moment.
Yeah.
I'm sat in the car, I'm on the right hand side behind the driver. So I look out like this. And here, because we stopped at lights, there's a lovely Jewish gentleman wearing a yarmulke with his beautiful side curls. All dressed in black, dead smart, you know, like a classic Orthodox Jewish male. Sat in his car, and he looks at me. You're me. He sat like this, and he goes. He didn't look away straight away because I looked back and went. And then I just turned back and I went, my husband, did you see that? She said, yeah. We never said another word all the way to Euston.
It was lovely.
It went all the way.
It was lovely. It was a really nice moment of human connection, weren't it?
Yes.
Between folk.
Yeah. And we were chatting about it on the way back, didn't we?
We did.
Just drinking wine out of a bottle. Oh, jam still coming on a train. Mind you, the lady over from me was as well.
Yeah, they loved it. They were very entertained on that train when me and her got on.
They were.
Tell you what, for free, because there were some teenagers on talking about camping and that were boring, so we thought, nah.
Oh, can we mention the burger bar?
Yes.
The Temple of Seatown.
Oh, food.
So they bought us lunch. Obviously, we did like a little bit of filming. Oh no, we went straight to lunch, didn't we?
Went straight to lunch when we got there.
Lunch and then did all the filming afterwards.
Yeah.
So at this just Temple of Seatown. If you live in London, oh, you're lucky. I mean, we've got V Revolution.
Yeah.
And it's very similar.
Yes, similar setup, isn't it? Yeah.
Diner-like burgers, lots of sauce and just beautiful things. Anyway, so we get back. Now, do you want to take over again, Miasma? Because I don't know how you're going to explain this. But she's always been a casual worker, my Miasma. You know, she's done cleaning spells at the spa, she's worked at the chippy, she's worked at the co-op, she's worked in an old folks home. She's done all kinds of work, and, you know, just bits though.
Yeah.
And so there's always been gaps for us to be able to get together and film.
Haven't there? Well, interestingly enough, what happened was, so there I were in the queue at Primark. I don't buy anything, I just like to queue. I think it wastes a bit of time, doesn't it? And it's free heating and lecky. And I get a phone call. I'm on the upper level because, as you know, you don't get signal at the bottom. And it was this fella. I says, hello. He says, hiya, my name's Jim. I got your number from Kieran. That's another story I won't go into at the time. Suffice it to say, there's history. And he said, could I set up a meeting with you, please? I have a proposition to make to you. I thought, well. So as soon as I did that, I said, I'm free now. Where are you based? He said, I'm in the city centre. I said, what city centre? He said, Manchester. I said, that's funny. So am I. He says, I know, I can see you. I thought, that's a bit odd. So I leaves Primark, you know, being looked at by security. They always look at us in security, don't they? Security people always look at us.
Well, I think it's because we're pretty.
I think it's that, yeah.
And it's rare in Manchester because there's some right dogs.
There's some proper pigs.
You know, so we do stand out in a crowd.
Yeah.
Bonny women.
Yeah.
Bonny women doing shopping in the Andale Centre. Bonny women looking at things. Gonna buy 'em, gonna buy 'em.
That's how bonny. And so I comes out and there's this fella stood outside the Cafe Nero. You know that weird Cafe Nero?
Yes.
Where they won't let you smoke even though it's outdoors. That one. I've got a petition up about that, but it's not doing many numbers. And I sees this fella with a Mac, like a Mac coat, not a MacBook, like fiddling with a zip, not in a dirty way. And I said, are you Jim? And he said, you know I am. And he said, come and sit down. So we had a coffee, no ciggy. And he said, I've heard that you're very good. You're very experienced around the house. I said, well, I am. I do cleaning, I do filing. He said, not that kind of experienced. I says, what do you mean? He says, I think you know when you give me a bit of a wink like that. Sort of thing. Well, I won't go into it, viewers, because it can get a bit sordid, can't it?
Cut a long story short, she's following the footprints of Christine Keeler.
Yeah, basically.
She's got herself sorted in a beautiful apartment.
Lovely.
With lots of gentlemen visitors.
But I have to be
and
available.
Very little time. Well, she's contracted.
I'm contracted now. I have to be available 24/7 for anything someone might need. Clerking, typing.
See, like I said before, she was casual, wasn't she? So that's why there's been such a big gap.
Exactly.
And we've not been able to bring you anything.
Yeah.
And then we said, didn't we? Mm-hmm. We need to do, because moving forward, we're not going to be able to get together and do this, you know, maybe on the odd occasion, but it's not going to be a fortnightly thing.
No.
And that's a shame, but you know, life is what happens while you're busy making other plans.
That's true.
A very beautiful and wise man once sang.
Indeed.
And that man was John Lennon.
Aye. But I'll tell you something, I'll tell you the one good thing that's come out of it. What? Not only the stability, but it means that now when I go to Primark, I do buy some.
And of course, she's supporting her mother.
Exactly. Giving her a bit of money, aren't I, on the
side? There are, you know, couple of backhand, a couple of gentlemen visitors as well who kind of say, you're very young and dashing, and I was looking for something a bit more mature.
Yeah.
And, you know, learned. And then she'll pass on my number.
Yeah.
So I've had a couple, you know.
It's been alright, hasn't it?
It's been fun. I've enjoyed myself.
This is it, and you might.
I mean, it's difficult during the times of, you know, schmarona.
Exactly.
Having to be all masked up and do things through a plastic screen with an hole in it.
Exactly.
But we manage somehow.
Exactly.
Don't
you know, where there's a will, there's a way. So there you go.
So for the last 3 months, of course, we've been quite busy, but we've been keeping a very close eye on what's happening in the world.
Read raw but not ignorant.
Can we just say, did I not warn you? Did we not both warn everybody in previous episodes that we carried on being so blasé and so anti-vaccine, that there would be new variants that would come and they would be worse because they'd had the breeding grounds to develop themselves. Ta-da! Here we are with Omicron.
Do you know what I mean?
So it looks like did I say earlier, I think, they've just,
no, you didn't. No.
In the UK, we're filming this on Sunday. Tuesday, I don't know why I choose to just say it straight away.
Why do they pluck random days?
Because I don't know. Masks are once again mandatory in shops and on public transport. So we heard someone from Sage describe it very, very, very well before. She said, anywhere you can't smoke, because the smoke would be a pollutant to other people, is the place where you should be wearing a mask.
Including the outdoors of Cafe Nero, it's all come full circle.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
we were saying, weren't we were chatting, weren't we, when we were putting a bit of tutty on earlier. You know, just a bit of moisturiser. Moisturiser and a lip balm.
As far as that goes, me.
Well, I was perturbed that we've gone straight to Omicron. Because we've had Delta variant, haven't we?
Yes.
So naturally...
And that was the last one we knew of.
Well, for all we know, yeah, exactly.
So why not E? Why not Edward?
Why not Epsilon? That's the next Greek letter, isn't it?
I don't know why.
Why have we gone to Omicron?
Why did I say Edward?
Well, I think it's still nice.
Well,
You know.
but, not nice for Edwards.
Do you think it's to do with the... I wonder if it's to do with
No,
the
I'm
sound of
launched
it.
into ABBA then.
Yeah.
I wonder, it's frightening. Leaving now, is that the right thing? I wonder, it's gasping. But who the hell am I if I don't even try?
Beautiful.
I love that. I've got a new album. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, don't be daft.
Mine's
It's fine.
jumping all over the place.
No, it's fine. Jump away.
There's so much I want to say and,
Jump up and get down.
cover.
Well, I wondered if it was to do with the severity of it. Like, does Omicron sound more threatening than Epsilon? Because Epsilon kind of sounds a bit like science fiction-y, doesn't it?
Well, it sounds, it's...
Maybe.
And you know what folk could say, don't you? Epsilon, just get some Epsom salts, get rid of that.
Ha ha ha, lol.
That's what they'd say.
Like them people
Some
that go into
folk.
pubs when the lockdowns kind of ended and pubs were reopened and went, I'll have a Corona, please. Hold the virus. Funny that.
There are some people who get by through that kind of humour, and I don't begrudge them it. I just wish that they would evolve from it instead of it becoming a lifestyle choice.
You're very gracious. You always have been.
I tried to be nice and diplomatic. Do you like us lights? Christmas lights here.
Aren't they bonny?
Looking. We thought we'd do. We're both dressed a bit festive, of course. Look, there's lovely Christmas necklaces and these fabulous earrings, a sprouting teddy bear.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's like we work at I don't know where. It's like we work at a care home and we're on an outing for Christmas. We've gone for a lunch. Oh, we should mention that actually. Is it tomorrow or is it today? First day of Hanukkah. I think it's tomorrow, or is it today?
I don't know, darling.
It's one of the two, whichever it is. I do apologise. Well, actually, that'll depend on when you're watching this, won't it? But happy Hanukkah to anyone who's celebrating.
And belated happy Thanksgiving to anyone who celebrated that.
Yeah.
And a wonderful Christmas to any of you who celebrate that.
The moon is
or
right.
Yule.
Yeah, Yule. Winter
Joyous
solstice.
Yule.
Yeah. Joyeux Noël.
Oh, don't say that.
No?
Well, that's the title of that film, which covers the Christmas truce. Do you know about the Christmas truce?
I'll
tell you very briefly. So it's World War One. The English, excuse me, and the Germans are in opposite trenches in France.
France, yeah.
And the German side starts singing Stille Nacht, Silent Night. I think I've said that right, I could be wrong. And so the English side starts singing as well, because we know that song. And then, out of nowhere, along hundreds of miles of trenches, where men had been told to point their guns at each other and kill each other, what they did instead was they came out into the ground between, and they shook hands, and they showed each other pictures of their loved ones, and they exchanged gifts, chocolate, tobacco, and they played football.
For Christmas.
And they call it the Christmas truce. There are some beautiful, beautiful letters online from soldiers who were in the trenches when that happened, who've written back to their wives or partners, that you can access online. It's just one of those beautiful historical moments where humanity won.
Yeah.
Humanity, just even if it was only for a few hours, humanity won. These men did not see each other as enemies anymore. They met in the middle and learned about each other. And many of them couldn't go back to war after that, and they got like court-martialed or whatever for it. But
doesn't that just
I
go
don't
to
know how
show-
they did go back.
No. Doesn't that just go to show, though, that, like, well, they weren't enemies, were they?
No, absolutely not.
You know, these big conflicts and wars and stuff, they're orchestrated by the folk in power, aren't they?
Yeah.
Who never get their hands dirty.
Always.
Look at this awful situation in the Channel that's happened of late.
24 people, was it, drowned?
Yeah,
27.
27 maybe, 26, 26, something like that. And, you know, well, what are we encouraged to do? Not to care. Because they're illegal or whatever. Do you know what I mean? While the people in power make the decisions. It's not exactly the same, but you can see where I'm going with this, can't
It kind of is, though.
Do you know what I mean?
It's we are... The world teaches us, and you have to unlearn it, to be very selfish. And to blame them and them, but never you and yours. And to be very insular. That's how we're brought up. It's insular, selfish, and what's the word? When something's, something looks gorgeous and then you rub it a bit out and it's just shit underneath.
Like surface.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all about appearance.
Yeah.
And appearance is fine as long as there's some depth there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Focus on making yourself look beautiful, but be a fully rounded person as well. Don't just because the world. I've worried every bloody episode. I really have. But I worry, and I worry about the kids. I worry about her. I worry about Angharads, my youngest daughter in Wales. I worry about Charlotte, my artist daughter, who can speak Japanese, middle one. But I worry about everybody's children, because it's like, and of course that's why I'm vegan, because I worry about those poor cows' children as well, being taken away so that humans can steal the milk. I don't know how you can be a mother and be so insular, because children are children. Care for the things you say, children will listen. Care for the things you do, children will see and learn.
Well, that brings us on to that nicely, doesn't it?
Doesn't
in many
it?
ways, yeah. The tragic, well, I say tragic, not really, because it wasn't an accident or anything like that, but it's a sad passing of the incredible Stephen Sondheim.
91.
He was born 1930. You can't even imagine, can you? I mean, it'll be the same for all of us if we make it that long, but you know what I mean?
But we've talked about what I'm about to say on this channel quite a lot. The legacy is left. It's so important for us all to think about. You don't have to be a world famous musical writer.
No.
The legacy you leave is the person you are and how you impact on the people around you, regardless of their size, shape or colour. Or gender. Or sexuality.
Yeah.
And Stephen Sondheim, through the writing of his incredible music, told so many tales of humanity, so much guidance within his lyrics, about being a good person and living in a good world.
And also those messy things that stop us, those feelings that we don't always want to admit to, and things that we all go through but we're too scared to say we go through.
He wrote what he knew. And he wrote real. But written beautifully.
Stunning.
So we obviously wish see, I don't believe in spirits now. I was going to say we wish a peaceful afterlife, but I don't believe in an afterlife.
What about a nice sleep?
I just want to say thank you, Stephen. For everything. Your legacy will be with us forever, and by God, what a legacy!
What a legacy!
Thank you. We watched a lovely film last night.
Oh, a lovely film.
Watched a film on Netflix.
The Netflix,
called Tick Tick Boom. Now, Tick Tick Boom was the second musical written by Jonathan Larson, who wrote Rent. Rent was the third. He wrote. The first one was called Superbia. Second one was now. We tell you this story because Stephen Sondheim actually plays quite a significant role in that, in the journey of Jonathan Larson, which is what he documents in Tick Tick Boom.
It's quite meta, isn't it?
But it was a lovely film.
A lovely film.
And the actor playing Stephen looked like him.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I had to look. And lovely Andrew Garfield in the lead. Beautiful performance.
Oh, so good. So good.
Do you know what I take from both of them though? Because it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think with Stephen passing and then, being such a significant part in Jonathan's film was they both, when they thought they had it right, what they wanted to say, even when people were saying, you can't say that, you shouldn't say it like that, that's not what people want, they dug their heels in, not in a bolshy way, but because they believed in the truth and the integrity of what they did.
Yeah.
And even if it were a commercial hit, as Stephen Sondheim has a famous quote once where, I think it was Hal Prince, or it might have been, James Lapine, who said, why don't we try and write a hit next? And Stephen Sondheim said, why on earth would I try to do that? And there's something there for all of us, isn't it, about those opinions, be it veganism, be it how you feel about the pandemic, so on and so forth. If you believe that what you're doing is for the betterment of everyone, I don't mean that in like a dictatorial way, but you believe in it, don't be guilted into changing it or made to feel daft.
And something else as well, never let perfect be the enemy of good.
Aye.
So much good never gets done because people are waiting for perfect.
That's such a good saying.
It's really true though, isn't it?
So good.
And it's like exactly that. Drill that into your brain. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Paul's been on this mission. He's 10 cucumber pat. Go and have a look. Since November the 1st of just doing 10 minutes on the bike, 10 sit-ups minimum.
Yeah.
He's usually doing around 50. 10 press-ups, he's doing 20 minimum.
Right.
Every day except one day a week. One day a week can have a break.
Good rest day, yeah.
Because starting small and doing something like that, it's not perfect, but it's good.
It's good.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
So rather than, I'll wait until I've got the opportunity to, he just kind of dove in there.
Yeah.
So, but there are so many parts of life you could paint that on,
Yeah.
Don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
I think she's a bit... I love that, mate.
What?
When they go, are they a bit, Love that. Old-fashioned casual homophobia. Love it.
He's a bit,
Limp. Do you have to stop this at any point, or will it go straight through?
No, I'll have to stop it short. In fact, I'll stop it now.
Okay.
We'll have a little break and then we'll come back and do the second segment. So, see you in a minute. Let's melt.
Okay. Oh, the toxic ooze.
I like it when it does that.
I feel like I've been comprehensively rogered.
Get a twinge in my minge. Well, it's like one, but still.
Well, it is the festive
It's worth
season.
mentioning.
Yeah, definitely.
Really. For the record, it's snowing out here. Woke up this morning. Started snowing.
Yeah.
Just started snowing. I said to Paul, is your stuff going to be safe at the allotment?
What did he say?
Carrots and parsnips apparently fine. Beetroot.
Could go either way.
I have to, I said go down for it tomorrow if you want. So, pick it.
Yeah.
Now, we could, if we wanted to, talk about politics for hours. But it's very difficult because I've got no idea what's going on with the Republican Party in America.
No.
No idea. I think, to be honest with you, Trump's broken it.
Yeah.
And everyone's terrified of speaking out against him because 76 million people worship the ground he walks on. Or 74, I can't remember the number. I don't really care. Because we've got our own problems over here in this country with a mini version.
And how?
With the same kind of horrible yellow hair.
Yeah.
Plump body.
Foul.
Starts waffling about bloody going to Peppa Pig World. During world conferences.
Now, there's no diss to Peppa Pig, but I'd like to think that as a nation we had slightly loftier achievements.
But what I will say about this country, and I'll say it very quickly, is there are too many people buying their way into the House of Lords.
Yep. Get rid of them.
There are too many MPs doing things that are against the rules completely, and the fact that that guy was enabled, like, oh, he lost his wife, so it shouldn't matter that he did something illegal. What? Anyway, that's politics, and I will always use my vote wisely, Miasma. But there are times when I think, what's the fucking point?
Well, this is the problem, isn't it?
But that's the thing, you can't let that creep in.
No.
Because if you let that creep in, you start thinking, what's the point? And you're in the minority that didn't vote and could have done and would have changed the world.
Yeah. Maybe we can't know, can we?
So I have to go, I have to vote, I have to say my bit.
What I would encourage folk to do, just before we leave it, is when it does come time to vote, do your research, vote tactically. Even if it's not exactly what you want, vote tactically. We've got to get these Torags out. You smelling your tights?
No, I'm just trying to prevent catastrophes happening. I was trying to cross my legs and you know, my crotch said don't.
Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't. Undo your crotch.
What are you doing on Christmas Day, darling?
Christmas Day? Well, I mean, I'm at the mercy of Jim, really. I'm hoping to do... Well, I was going to do a tofurkey, but I can't.
Well,
so,
apparently, here's a bit of news for you. Tofurkey, the company, are pulling out the UK. And pulling all their products out the UK. They no longer either want or need the UK's market. I'm not sure why. Anyway, Paul last week made a deli turkey joint.
Oh, it was good.
The recipe is from Kat at 86eats.com. Number 8, number 6, the word eats all together, .com. You go on her website. I think she's got like a little festive book out at the moment for like $5.99 or something.
Amazing.
But she shares all the recipes for free. However, I'd buy the book just to support
her, yeah.
You know.
Particularly, that's a good point, that at this time of year as well, we've had Black Friday, Cyber Monday, support small businesses.
Absolutely. And support your favourite YouTubers.
Yeah, buy their merch. For Christmas.
You've linked down there in the description.
For Hanukkah. For Kwanzaa.
Any road. So Paul made this. She's got this like deli style turkey joint. Main ingredient tofu, vital wheat gluten, lots of flavourings basically. We tried some, didn't we?
Oh, it was good.
It's really, really lovely. So anyway, he says he's making me one.
Oh, lovely.
Christmas. He's making Jason's mum and dad one.
That's lovely.
And he, of course, is making one for himself.
Yeah.
As well. So that's lovely.
How gorgeous. You could put some in a jiffy.
Hey, I tell you what, it were dead easy to make. Because I watched the video and I was like, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Dead easy to make and utterly delicious. And it cut into so much of it. You know, he gave some to me, some to his mum, some to Jason's mum and dad, all bits, you know.
Yeah, bits and things.
Add it on sandwiches, add it in a cooked meal, everything. Just really good stuff. So don't worry if you don't come across a tofurkey joint. If you have a food processor and you can get your hands on some vital wheat gluten and some tofu.
Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and your grand's in the Air Force.
Jobs are good.
There you go.
No animals were harmed in the making of this, you know, this deli roast, and it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
You treat it a bit like bread.
Bread?
Yeah, you like, when it comes out of the food processor, it's like a dough.
Oh, right, I like a dough.
And then you have to knead it. You've got to knead it for a while, and then you form it into a shape, and you cook it for like an hour, and then you fridge it for 24 hours. And that's when you cut it.
Oh, lovely.
So Paul cut it with his mandolin.
Oh.
On the thinnest setting, just like Boris' glove. I told him.
No glove, no love.
I said, you were bought gloves, you. Now bloody wear one.
Yeah.
He said, oh, I said, you know.
Exactly. No. So yeah, that'll be my crumble.
So, well, I know that Paul and Jason are doing the Christmas dinner live.
Oh, yes. Oh, lovely.
I think at 3:00. I'm pretty sure it's at 3:00. It might be 4:00 though, so don't quote me. I'll have to see what time it was last year.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because a cracking Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well, I can have that on in the background.
It's a very special time of year, isn't it? Even if you're not necessarily, you don't have to be religious to enjoy Christmas, even though it's supposed to be Christ's birthday. That's what it means, Christ Mass.
Yeah.
But it's what I've always loved about Christmas miasma is that people generally the kind of the theme that does carry through by and large is peace and goodwill to all men.
Yeah. Defo.
As those lovely soldiers in World War One epitomised.
Yeah. With football.
Yeah, and you know, sharing bits of chocolate. You know, the thing is, well, us humans, we've got the capacity to be incredible. Incredibly accepting. I don't use the word tolerant because I don't like to tolerate.
No, I don't like the word tolerance, no.
We can be incredibly accepting and embracing and nurturing with each other, and we can be horrible with each other. It'd just be lovely to see a bit more of the former.
Yeah.
You know, because when it's funny, again, Paul, sorry to talk about Paul a lot, it means a lot to me.
It's alright.
He did a post, a written post. Have we all become addicted to negativity?
Oh yes.
And then one of the subscribers commented on that and pointed to this article which was about exactly that.
Really?
That a study had been done, and the reward when you are negative, when you lash out at somebody or you write something horrible online, the chemical reward is often stronger than if you just do something good. And you have to kind of train yourself to switch that so that the good stuff kicks in when you do something good, and it can be hard, and because peer pressure, we live in a selfish world, as I said earlier. You know, we are raised in this world to put yourself first, be selfish, you and your family, you and your closest, that's what matters.
Just me and the kids from now on.
Yeah. But then you see, you know, it's like our the wonderful and very diverse and beautifully rainbow coloured community that we're from is the LGBTQIA community plus at the end. Add all sorts on there if you want, and then suddenly you get this, oh well, we just want to be LGB, we don't want no T in here. And it's like, what? Just a minute, hang on now. After years of oppression, you're going to become an oppressor.
Where we heard that before.
You know, so the reason I was saying that, miasma,
I'm glad you did.
is because, you know, we have our internal things as well
as
seeing it external. But hey, here's the thing, I bloody love you.
I've got
what are you going to do about it?
Strong fondness for all ears. Yeah.
I love you. I hope that you're as good a person as I know you can be.
That's nice. That's nice.
And I will display and express disappointment if there's things lacking there.
Yeah.
But we've all got the same potential.
Of course.
We've all got the potential to be good people, watching out for each other.
Yeah.
Having each other's backs. Caring about each other. Realising that we're on this tiny blue dot floating in space together, and everyone that you've ever lived, that you've ever loved, anyone that's ever lived, any memory you ever have, and everything is on this blue dot.
Makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think. Well, it should.
Of course it should.
Yeah.
Of course it should. And, you know, it's the people that are trying to get to different places are often desperate and scared for their lives.
Yeah.
And it's not they're coming to take our money, our benefits, our jobs,
Yeah.
It's, sometimes you got to put the shoe on the other foot. I tell you what, much more Tory rule in this country, and maybe we'll experience that kind of oppression for ourselves.
I mean, we already kind of are, aren't we?
Where we feel we've got to flee.
Exactly.
You know.
I mean, I'd seriously think about it, love.
Yeah.
If Brexit hadn't happened, I'd be seriously going, maybe I could make a life somewhere else.
Yeah, well, Paul and Jason wanted to move to Catalonia.
Yeah.
Because they fell in love with it completely, and they knew that they could go there and start a vegan business.
Yeah.
Like a vegan eatery, because there aren't that many.
No.
There. It's a lot of people have had their dreams dashed, haven't they? By Brexit. And the really funny thing, Miasma, is that a lot of the people that voted for Brexit now experiencing the actual fallout from it are like, I didn't vote for that. Well, you did.
You did, I'm afraid.
Actually, it was it was very clearly outlined, and that's why us Ramonas were desperately trying to let you know that you'd been bamboozled, and this wasn't a move for the country, this was a move for the Tory party and their chums.
Exactly, because look where we are. Anyone seen any positive benefit yet? Because I ain't.
I haven't.
No.
Not a damn
All I
thing.
see is empty shelves and unhappy folk.
Yeah, and queues at the border.
Borders.
Sudden new arguments between people, and this Northern Ireland protocol turn into shit, and Brexiteers still blaming Ramonas.
Yeah, digging the reels in.
Not like saying, oh, you were right.
Yeah.
Wow. But that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? It's
true.
It's like I was saying before, it takes it. I wish more people would do it. I wish more people would sit down and think, who am I? What actually matters to me? And what kind of world do I want to live in? Now that I've established those things, is this person that I'm allowing myself to be the kind of person that is promoting and working towards these things I've said I want?
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
And if not, maybe I need to make some tweaks there.
Yeah.
I can't say that I hate and negativity and then watch YouTube videos full of it.
Yeah, it's true.
Because that makes me a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm against wealth being
hoarded.
Yeah, and here, look at me, look at my wealth.
Conspicuous wealth. Sort of like, oh, my things.
Watch me buy millions of things.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I can't be against that kind of wealth. And I've said this before, and watch Jeffree Star.
Yeah.
Because they're one and the same thing.
Yeah.
Or RuPaul, for that matter. Which is why we don't anymore. And it's, you cut things out of your life that you really want to partake in or watch or see because your morals are stronger than your will to partake, watch, comment on,
and
view,
that's, that's the only way you're going to hold on to your sanity. I have to be honest. I don't mean to sound flipping that, but if you've got these strong principles and you're actively working against them, it's going to drive you loop to loop, Carol.
Absolutely. Well, it's cognitive dissonance. It's holding two beliefs at the same time. It's like people that believe that you can treat animals well and eat them.
Yeah, there you go. So
it's exactly the same thing. It's two conflicts. And then when anybody says anything to you about it, you're like, oh, I only watch some YouTube videos because it's fun. It's like the people, and I will mention this, Paul said he's not going to, but I'm going to talk about it.
She's going to.
I'm going to talk about it because it upsets me. Nikocado Avocado.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he was a lovely, slim, healthy vegan at one point. And he's this famous YouTube mukbanger. It's part of the LGBTQI community, and that's why I'm saying this. And I really care about the lad because he's already proven in many previous videos that he's bright and intelligent and wise and caring. But not what you see now. What you see now is a terribly overweight, and I mean dangerously overweight. Like, because of the amount of fried food he's eating.
Right. I don't watch him, so but
well, I don't, but I'm aware of what's going on at the moment, and I've seen some controversy recently because apparently he broke a couple of ribs.
Oh, crikey!
Because of his weight.
No, that was possible, but that's awful.
And so he's on oxygen, and then one of the titles of his new video was "Disabled Man Mukbang."
Oh dear.
I think he changed the title but I've seen him on the beginning of some of his videos saying, "You're making me do this, you watch this. I'm this person because of you." He's like he's pleading with people. Stop watching me. If you stop watching me, I won't do this. And it's awful to watch.
There's no,
it's awful. Honestly, Miasma, if you watched one video, you would come out concerned.
Right.
But there are hundreds of thousands of people. But if you read the comments, they all say about their concern and this guy's going to die. But then stop watching it.
Yeah, this is
stop
the thing.
enabling
You're feeling it, aren't you? Yeah. By even,
And it's so difficult, and I feel bad for the lad because I don't think he's who he wants to be.
Well, there you go.
I really don't. He's pretty much said it in words. But social media and the kind of, maybe we'd have crawled up our own asses if this had took off on YouTube. If we'd have had
maybe. I don't think we would.
I don't think we would. I think we're too common, to be honest. And I use that word affectionately.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I am common as muck.
Yeah.
I am common as muck. I was born and raised in a working class town that used to produce cotton.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing.
It's far from Yorkshire.
This is why our dynamic works, because I'm posh as she's common as mook. That's why.
You were born behind a skip at Rochdale. She wasn't. She born while we were fleeing across Europe.
I fell out.
Trying to escape Putin and his fellas.
I fell out somewhere north of Bulgaria.
He knew I was pregnant with her.
Yeah.
You know the story, don't you?
And he's still not come through with the child support, but I suppose that's the price you pay for being on the run.
Yeah.
But
it feels like that trail's ended these days, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't feel pursued.
No, not anymore, no. Well, I mean, I don't. Yeah, he's probably gone, oh, you know what, they're in Brexit land, forget them.
Yeah. Although
not that he's perfect.
He's done something. Well, he's not perfect, he's stupid. Did you see what he did recently?
Horrible man.
See what he did recently?
Yeah.
He blew up a big satellite in space with no warning to anybody, didn't tell nobody, so now there's all this debris flying about, what's right dangerous. And, there's Russian people on the space station in there. It's like you put your own people at risk. Never mind the rest of the world. Stuff comes crashing down like this. Let's talk about billionaires for a moment because they're still bothering me. Musk
can get to buggery. I've seen him on Twitter. Sorry.
Musk, Branson, and Bezos. Musk, Branson, Bezos. Them three have the capacity to change this world for the better. Now, I'm going to defend them a minute.
Oh, okay. Controversial.
Because the world is clearly not filled with good people. Look around. Do you know what I mean, though?
Generally, I'm just showing
Look around. And I'm sure if that was different, if the good far outweighed the bad, these extortionately rich people would have far less excuse to not do good. Because they're like, I put all this money out into the world and there are people out there who won't do anything. They just want looking after. And we have to own that. There are humans like that. who take advantage of social systems and
There
whatever.
are, but you just have to kind of put up with that, though, don't you?
You do have to put up with it, and and then you make the rules a bit more stringent, and then everyone complains that the rules have become more stringent, and it's like, I can't even imagine what it's like to run a country.
No.
I can't if you've got the right team of people behind you, and if you're genuinely taking every person into consideration.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, trying would help. Do you know what I mean? Trying, or at least looking like you cared about the people rather than your own selfish interests. I think people would accept things going wrong if they knew you had good intentions.
Yeah.
You know, or we tried to do this because of this and it didn't work, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And that's
know.
what's bothering me about this. I'll jump on it because I've mentioned Bezos and
Go on,
Musk.
do it.
The space race thing. Well, actually, Branson's in that. It's them three, isn't it?
Yeah.
Billionaires with money to waste on flying into a part of our atmosphere, well beyond our atmosphere, where apparently we've flown right through before.
Yeah.
But we can't get any. I know people say like, well, they're looking for new worlds. Fix this one.
Yeah, this is the thing. You can't leave a broken cooker, can you? And then just go and move house to a house with a new cooker. It's not a good analogy, but you know what I mean.
Well, it is.
Sort out here first, because you've owned that in attaining that billionaire status, you've had a hand in some of the detriment to it.
Absolutely.
Because you have to have, people can't just become billionaires by hard work, whatever that narrative tells you. No. That's built on other people's labour and exploitation. There is no other way to achieve that amount of money.
Oh, do you know, I'll mention this because I thought it was beautiful.
Go on.
There was a guy in America
Sorry.
who owned a company. It's a YouTube video. Guy in America that owned a company, and what he did was he put everybody in the company on the same wage, including himself.
Well, that's good.
$70,000 a year,
Right.
no matter the role you were doing.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's good.
Productivity went through the roof.
Well, yeah.
Most of the staff could buy a house or a car. Could get on that, because if you haven't got thousands of pounds to put down as a deposit, it's very rare that you'll be able to get on the property ladder in this country, and I'm sure it's the same in America. They all bought houses, productivity went up, and it's like, that's how you do it. He even gave himself a £70,000 wage, so when he wanted a new car, all the staff put the money together and bought him one.
Not hard, is it really?
And he was the company owner.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So
more of that and less of that.
I honestly wish we could have more of that. Shall we bring this one to a
We better
close
start,
now?
really. We've been jawing an hour, haven't we? I'll get back to gym.
Yeah, we need to get ourselves sorted. We wanted to come and let you know what's been happening, what's going to be happening. Hopefully we get this bloody Omicron variant under control and the world can start easing itself back into some sense of normality, and we'll be able to get out and start performing again. But here we are 2 years on from the time we first said that, with people still saying, you're not putting a vaccine in me. And this new variant, so bugger knows what's going to happen. When there's a gap, when we find it, and we're talking obviously, we're just not able to get together, are we?
Yeah, not as regularly, unfortunately.
So when we can, we will.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because we do enjoy doing this.
Yeah, we love yous. We love being here.
But it's become increasingly difficult to do this on a regular basis. So we wanted to make sure that we came and explain that we said, happy Hanukkah, happy Thanksgiving, joyous Yule, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate.
Yeah.
We'll be thinking of you. We hope that you'll be thinking of us. That was about it, really.
That's it, really, yeah. Round off the series for now. It's not an ending, it's not goodbye, it's just sayonara.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
For now. Please, my loves, take care of yourself. Wear your mask. Particularly when you're in anywhere that you can't smoke. it's the same reason.
Yeah.
You can't smoke because you'll pollute other people. Or wear a mask.
Yeah.
Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Keep a safe distance apart from your circle. You know. And look after yourselves, won't you?
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see him in 2022.
I hope so.
Won't we?
Yeah.
One
way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have a beautiful Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year. What was that song we were going to end with?
Oh yeah. Like Christmas, wasn't it? I'm dreaming. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. The snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you soon. Bye, loves.